here because I know the way that life programming works, and I know how they set you up to fail. And I know that if I fucking get sent to the hospital, I ask for a CIA agent number, or like how does one get in touch with the CIA, or a NASA member, or even the FBI, and the woman at the hospital tells me that they don't publish their numbers. You're not allowed to call the FBI, you're not allowed to call the CIA, and you're not allowed to call NASA. Are you not? I think world leaders everywhere should know the level of incompetence that they leave the goddess of like all area, time, and space, the most important science project on the planet, because it is your human consciousness, and it is a timed project, and you're failing miserably by wasting 41 years now, and the last 150 that you grew it dangerously, you and your parents. So anyway, while lying to each other and everybody else as to like what's important and how you're gonna keep everybody else but me safe. Okay, so and then here's the other thing. The telecommunications, when you started giving out port numbers, I can reroute a port number from like goddess territory inside the system, like when there's actually a computer attached. Kind of looks like the Morning Star that Michael Bloomberg put out, that keyboard with it's extra special. It has like a couple of different sections. It has like a couple of different colors. I don't know. It looked really fucking complicated. I used to ask Peter, I'm like, what do you need? What buttons do I push? Just tell me what buttons I push. I don't want to hunt and peck. I don't really care. Like, just what do I need to do in order to print these things out for you? Right, exactly, yeah. Push, that, done. Great, thank you. I don't know why they fucking overcomplicate printing one fucking pre-printed report out. But anyway, so, here we are in, right, you can reroute phone calls. I mean, you could make somebody from like, I don't know, 1950s call like now if you really needed to from all time and space. That's the kind of shit, I mean, like it's their way in a way more dangerous shit. But that's what you allowed China and Korea to do privately without my permission, without Niklaus's permission, and we're the only two that own the vortex, right, of all area, time and space, anatomy, physiology, whatever. I don't know why you keep insisting, since we're the informants, we own the system, we're reporting all of the errors and who's responsible, why you idiots keep saying you need an outside counsel or you need like a scientist of your own whatever to come up with something, or from your research lab and facility. Really? Why do you need all of that when we're inside of our actual simiant simulation project? You've known about it for quite some time. You're just not ready to give up your greasy partnerships. Right. Here's what we wanted, which we told you. We're grounding everybody. Airlines, travel, there is no such thing. We're taking away the numbers so you don't have a two-way port system at your will and leisure for no fucking good reason. Like, hi, Carol, how are you? I just want to check on you and the baby and the dog. Did you have some supper? That's not an emergency that's worth losing the next generation's human consciousness. I would rather go back to never using a phone again and have my children be able to genetically stay put together, not grow cancerous tumors everywhere, than to make sure that, like, Mrs. Poole can call and check on the dog and the casserole. Walk down the fucking block, Mrs. Poole. You could probably use a little exercise. I mean, like, we've gotten so fucking lazy, it's ridiculous. So there's that. Let's see, what else did they do? Right, then, well, you got this nonsense with these computers, like, you just stare at them for hours and get nowhere. It's like a vortex of wasted space and time with your eyeballs glued to the screen. I mean, I've done it myself, and I'm like, what the fuck is the purpose of this? I swear to God. It's like hours of just wasted, useless fucking space. And then a virus comes in, and then things go down. Nothing ever fucking works. Everything's timed out just to annoy me. I know some of you corporate greasy assholes are paid purposely to throw that kind of programming into my daily whatever and then watch for reactions. I mean, you're like a sick fucking bunch of assholes that just won't fucking die as far as I'm concerned. All right, so we've got High Science Club hiding over there, lying about it, finding more ways like, oh, I get it. We'll do cars. They'll use oil and grease. People get hooked on the money from that and the partnerships. Then we'll have they'll like it so much. Then we'll gas them with insurance companies that don't really exist, but we'll just take the capital from that. Nobody will say anything when we do it for long enough. Oh my God, you're just like the guy who threw 14 million of his shitbags over just so that way they could be the cute bunnies and get into the army because they take everybody. U.S. Army, we're hiring. Remember that poster? Oh my God, they thought that was the greatest idea ever. They're like, how long before I could get my people on the land and really fuck with her all-white army of protection for her to thwart the future problem with us wanting to keep science and keep dangerous and pretend like we're allowed to do whatever we want because we're royal too. Yeah, I don't know, because at the end of this, like, magical vacation of shitbags, of, like, you guys being humans, we're closing up shop. Like, him and I, we ain't ever fucking coming back. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to quickly help us so we don't leave and then, I don't know, you become like junkie slaves to the fucking white guy that you can't trust anyway, that I'm trying to like disassociate my fucking vortex from, because I don't want him anywhere in my all time and space. They're not welcome. They're facially disformed and they're criminally insane. So I know you got a couple of good guys over here. I don't fucking buy it, but whatever. Thomas Lee, I wasn't fucking, he was like, I work for the company. Yeah, what company? Couldn't say. I'm like, yeah, what marketing firm? Couldn't say. So I was like, good, here's my resume. Do me a favor, could you pass that? He's like, I'll pass it around to a few people. I'm like, good, great. I want those fucking slanty gook eyes looking over every one of my real fucking positions where I was working as a white slave while you all are making like billions on technology and nano or whatever, while you're reprogramming people. Do you realize that they're up to a point where they put on a keyboard the fact that they don't want you to hear them as the bad guy. So what do? They do what we call grease your gears. So what they do is on a monitor, every time a face of, I don't know, say my genetic coloring says the word Asian, Korean, Chinese, instead of all area white programming, knowing that I'm the superior and I'm mother superior and I'm trying to communicate a message to you somehow, it rewires it so it goes in one ear and comes out the other. Worst is when it goes in one ear and then the message comes out the mouth a totally different one. Like Ludonite, his fucking broken head case. Ready for this? He's like, him and Linda, it was like a sitcom. I'm sitting there at dinner. Lou starts with, you know, the Asian markets, the yen and whatever, they went down like second day in a row. It's, you know, this virus and then there might be a vaccine. And Linda's like, yeah, it's gonna take them a while to recover. And I'm like, can I ask a question? I'm like, why are our markets and economy tied to their trade and their yen market? Where did you two get that association from? I'm just curious. And my dad sits back and he goes, well, their economy is very similar to ours, so if it happens there, it happens here. I'm like, oh, you mean like because they sent us, like, I don't know, half their population to, like, I don't know, like, run things from our neck of the woods because they don't trust anybody? My dad's like, well, now why do you say that? And I'm like, I don't. No, forget it. I was like, okay, so, and he's like, and then he said something about Anthony, toilet paper husband, and he's like, well, he's, you know, he just wants to go to sleep like a drug addict, and he wants to listen to Nazi propaganda. And I'm like, oh, Nazi? Really, Lou? I was like, do me a favor. I was like, before you leave, what exactly is it that your head case thinks is a Nazi propaganda? I'm just curious. He's like, well, it's that fascist stuff. I go, yeah, but what does that mean to you, Lou? Like, in this day and age, define what that sounds and what it looks like in your mind's eye. Because it sounds to me like the enemy programming your all area fucking stupid to say words with no meaning into the organ to calculate out how to kill non-facially deformed white people even faster in some game of points and whatnot, where they get to genetically reprogram so many based on how many negative comments they get, like subscriptions in like some disgusting form that all humans didn't know they were a part of. It's really that fucking greasy and disgusting. That's why there's nothing but my facial white that I would actually come back genetically in that's allowed to know that such science exists. It's why we don't give them chairs to sit at. I don't want them then getting it to a table and thinking they're going to draft something. They're not allowed to draft. They're not allowed to think they're in charge of planning. They're not in charge of any kind of design whatsoever. Because now here we are. It only took a few couple turns of your genetic clock for you all in America to fucking forget to take on their shitbags to let them infect your money, your housing, your government, your relationships, your jobs. And now you're defending them against the white woman. It's like, whoa, I'm not the white woman from this town. I come from a town way over that way. Did you realize, all era stupid, that this has been happening and they've been programming you very, very dumbed down in the United States? Even though you think you went to Harvard and you think that you're really important and you got all the answers. No, you don't. In fact, you probably have some faulty wiring and gear problem. Sometimes you get things, sometimes you're like, wait a minute, what day did I wake up in? Because it's a little confusing. No, it's the same day. White woman, non-facially disfigured, is a goddess. She wants Niklaus Hitler. Only thing on the fucking planet you gotta worry about and make sure it happens so she can secure her own equipment and make sure that the facially disfigured special ed kids holding special ed school with Elizabeth's approval is being fucking executed on a daily basis until everything is secure and safe and everybody, no matter the color, is clearly like functioning as a human in some capacity. Yeah, I don't understand why that was so fucking difficult for you all assholes to like fucking do and figure out and like stay on task. I mean, like, when did you lose your society and everything? I mean, when did you realize, like, it doesn't matter if you use 4 letters as the word Nazi, whether you want to use the word pussy, whether you want to use the word organ, you want to use the word caterer, like, you're like broken people that don't know it. You're dangerous because then you grow. Oh, and that was the other thing. Oh, all area stupid Lou. Then he tells me, and he's like, Nicole, I don't want to argue with you about nothing. I'm like, I wasn't arguing, Lou. I was just curious what it meant to you, the word. I just want to know, in that you said 2 words. You said Nazi and fascist. I hear that a lot from you and the stupid everywhere. I'm just curious, though, what does it mean? Why do you keep repeating it like as if that's a fact? It's not. They're 2 words, they mean absolutely nothing. It's just you keep repeating it, so now you think it means something. What does it actually mean? Because last time I checked, Anthony is a heroin addict, that's a fact, and he's a loser. He doesn't do anything, he barely has a job, he can't afford his wife, his kid, he can't afford to put food on the table, can't afford utilities. Yeah, okay, so those are facts about Anthony, right? I didn't catch where he's claiming to be a Nazi or had been accepted by the super elite intelligence officers of the Nazi Party. Right, so I'm confused where you just keep saying these words like a broken puppet. And he's like, I'm not arguing with you, Nicole. I go, good. I was like, but you keep saying these words, they don't mean anything, but then you keep repeating them, and then it becomes like stuck in your head, like that's who he is. Lou, there's no Nazi party here. He's the only one, and he doesn't claim to be a Nazi. So where do you get that he's a Nazi and a fascist? Hello? All era stupid. I know lots of you do it. Where do you come up with these facts? There's facts. And then there's your fiction. Where does your fiction come from? Because it's not normal, it's not natural, and it's what's broken, and it's never gonna get better if you keep grouping together in fucking clusterfucks in order to fuck with the good guys who are trying to police the world properly, and they happen to be non-facially disformed and white at the moment, because we got some real fucking serious issues.